Welcome to The Explainer. We're going to jump right in and try to make sense of the absolute paradox at the heart of the crypto market. It's a place where you have incredibly serious, world-changing technology living right alongside what are basically million-dollar joke coins. So how do you even begin to understand that? Well, we're going to give you a simple mental map. So what are you looking at right now? This is the return of the Shiba Inu coin since 2020. I mean, it's a number so huge, it just feels made up, right? But it's not. It's real. And what it means is that a tiny $100 bet on a coin that literally started as a meme could have turned into more than $2.3 million. And stories like this, they are everywhere. You scroll through Reddit or X and you see posts just like this one. Traders claiming they've turned a couple $1,000 into a down payment on a house. In weeks. Usually on coins you've never even heard of. And that right there is the big question, isn't it? How can these two things even exist in the same market? It seems like complete and utter chaos. But here's the thing, it isn't. Not if you have the right framework. So let's build one together. Okay, here is the key. The most important thing. Stop thinking of crypto as one single market. It's not. You need to see it as two parallel worlds operating with completely different rules. We're going to call them the casino and the cathedral. On one side, you've got what we're calling the casino. Think neon lights, high speed, and pure hype. This is the world of extreme risk for extreme reward. The land of shitcoins where the goal is 100x return or it goes to zero. Then, on the other side, you have the cathedral. This is all about the slow, methodical, long-term construction of new technology. It's foundational. It's about building infrastructure that's meant to last. First up, let's take a walk on the wild side. Let's step inside the crypto casino, where the action is blindingly fast and fortunes are made and lost in the blink of an eye. Traders in the casino, they have a playbook. Step 1, they use special screening tools to find brand new coins the second they launch. Step 2, they immediately jump over to social media to see if it's got any buzz, any hype. Step 3, they run a quick check for the most obvious red flags of a scam. And step 4, and this is probably the most critical part, they spread their money out across dozens of these things, basically treating them like lottery tickets. And this trader on Reddit just nails it. The goal here is not to find a long-term investment. No way. It's about grabbing a quick 20 or 30% gain and then immediately getting out and moving on to the next hot thing. It's a high-stakes game of musical chairs. You're just hopping from one trend to the next, trying to stay ahead of the crowd. But, this world is just littered with traps. So smart traders have a checklist. They're looking for red flags. For instance, is the liquidity locked? That's a fancy way of asking, can the creator just take the money and run? Has ownership been renounced? Meaning, can they change the rules on you later on? Does one person own a huge chunk of the supply? Because if they do, they can crash the price in an instant. Answering these questions can be the difference between a risky bet and just lighting your money on fire. And this right here, this is the most important rule of the casino. You have to go in with the assumption that every single one of these bets will go to zero. The entire strategy is built on that fact. You expect to lose and lose and lose again, and you just hope that one of those lottery tickets hits so big that it pays for all the other failures, and then some. All right. Let's take a deep breath and leave the noise of the casino behind us. It's time for a quiet walk through the cathedral, where things are being built not for speed, but to stand the test of time. The cathedral is all about slow, patient, methodical progress. I mean, just look at the timeline for Bitcoin. It starts in 2009. A full year later, we get the first real-world purchase. It takes 8 years just to hit $10,000, and then more than a decade for the first ETFs to arrive. Every single step takes years. It's like carefully laying another heavy stone in the foundation. And instead of hype, the cathedral is all about building crucial and frankly kind of boring-sounding infrastructure. Take a decentralized oracle. Sounds super complex, but the idea is actually simple. It's a secure bridge that lets a blockchain see what's happening in the real world, like the final score of a football game or the price of a stock. Without that bridge, a blockchain is just stuck talking to itself. This is the kind of essential plumbing that's being built in this world. And here is a fantastic example of the Cathedral getting stronger. For years, trading on a big, centralized exchange was always the cheapest option. But look at this now. For a small $1,000 trade, yeah, it's still cheaper, but for a huge million-dollar institutional trade, these new decentralized exchanges are actually becoming more cost-effective. The underlying tech is evolving and starting to beat the old guard. That's a huge deal. And the Cathedral is constantly getting renovated. When Uniswap, one of the biggest decentralized exchanges, upgraded its system, boom, it became 75% more efficient overnight. And you see, this isn't a hype-driven headline. This is a deep, fundamental technological upgrade. It's like replacing all the wiring in a building to make it stronger and more powerful.
So you've got these two totally separate worlds, the fast money casino and the slow build cathedral. How on earth do you create a single strategy to navigate both of them?
Well, savvy investors often adopt two completely different mindsets. It's like they wear two different hats. For the cathedral assets, the blue chips like Bitcoin or Ethereum, they're playing the long game, holding for years. But when they step into the casino, a different hat comes on. It's a short-term game all about timing and trying to get quick flips on brand new, unproven projects. A common approach that people talk about looks something like this. You keep the solid core of your crypto portfolio, say 70%, firmly planted in the cathedral's blue chip assets. Then you take a small speculative slice, in this case 15%, and that's your play money for the casino. That's the money you have to be 100% prepared to lose, all for the chance of hitting one of those massive wins. And that brings us to what might be the single most important lesson of all, one that Wall Street veterans are bringing to the crypto space. As Dan Tapiero says, in a market this volatile, you win by not getting wiped. It doesn't matter if you're in the casino or the cathedral. Survival is the real name of the game. So there you have it. That's your mental map. Crypto isn't one thing. It's two. A frantic, high-speed casino built on hype and a solid, impressive cathedral built to last. And the people building and investing in the cathedral, they see a future that goes way beyond today's frantic noise. They're envisioning a world where this technology becomes a legitimate, indispensable part of the global financial system, with valuations to match.
Which leaves us with this one big final question about where this is all going. As the cathedral gets stronger, as its walls get higher, and its technology becomes more powerful, will it finally tame the wildness of the casino? Or will the casino's chaotic energy just use all that new tech to find even crazier ways to run wild? The answer to that? Well, that's going to define the future of crypto.